Alright, guys, so, this is going to be a fun crossover, because this is one I've always had rattling around my brain, but I figured no time better than the present to do a fanfiction idea on it. And what are we going to be talking about? Well, today is going to be a crossover, like I said, that has been in my brain for a while now. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Gravity Falls Avengers Conquest. So, Conquest was this event, like I said, Gravity Falls Avengers story that I've always had rattling around my brain. So let's get into, and with, obviously the coming of Kang, I think it really kind of sparked further on it. So let's get into it. So the story is that the Avengers are picking up a massive energy signature in coming their way, and it's temporal. And it turns out that this is also, if you're wondering what Avengers this is more comic-based, and we're going to go, for sake of argument, the Jason Aaron lineup. So, but minus Doctor Strange and Ghost Rider. The other two are going to be Vision and Scott Lang Ant-Man to replace those roles. So anyway, in here, in this story, basically, they pick up a massive temporal energy source, and it's coming directly at them. And it turns out it's Kang, and he looks fucked up. Kang is battered and beaten and bloodied, and he's begging for the Avengers to help him. And they're like, no, dude, you know, how many times have we seen this before, where you come running to us for help only to try to stab us in the back? And he's like, regardless of how it was, Stark, it doesn't matter because he's coming. And you're like, who, another variant of you? And he's like, no, this is no variant of me. This is someone worse. This is someone far worse. Conquest is coming. So a new villain is on the board, and that is Conquest. So Kang explains that Conquest was a being he discovered across multiple timelines. He doesn't know a lot about him. All he knows is that Conquest has the same kind of temporal technology from the same century he does, and he surmises that maybe he stole it. What he does know, however, is that Conquest has been chasing him for a while now, chasing him across the time, the time stream. He also massacred the TVA, because that was a part of the comics, and I imagine if this was to be an actual crossover, the TVA would be involved. He massacred everyone in the TVA, and Kang's like, holy shit, I don't even know where Immortus is. I even tried to unite with Immortus, and you know it's bad when I'm teaming up with Immortus in order to stop some kind of foe, but I can't find him anywhere, so I came to the next best thing. And he's like, yourself? He's like, were it so simple? So Kang is like, I need help, I need to show you something. So he brings Cap, Thor, and Steve. He basically brings Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America to the Council of Kangs, the multiple Kangs across the timelines. And the Council of Kangs is massacred. They're just dead bodies of various Kangs everywhere, and it's all the work of Conquest. So Kang further explains of who Conquest is. He discovered that Conquest was a dude who's not attacking the time stream and being like a conqueror of one time stream. Conquest is conquering multiple timelines. He's conquering across the time stream, the timelines. He's crossing one timeline to the next and taking over alternate timelines and conquering them and taking the best pieces of them. In one scene, Kang discovered the dead body of the Maestro. Yeah, Maestro was found strung up and beheaded. Another timeline is, Kang explains, he's gone to imperfect futures and to the days of futures past. Kind of like a fun little reference to Days of Future Past and Future Imperfect. And all I've seen, and Kang goes, he's gone to to Futures Imperfect to Days of Futures Past, and all I see from him is death. And they're like, who is he? And Kang's like, I have a hunch of who it is, but in order to stop him, you're going, we need, I will need your help. And Kang explains, Kang explains that in this, roughly this timeline, right now, in this moment, a boy in Gravity Falls is going to find a ship that he found before. He's going to go digging around in it again, and this time around, he's going to find technology that is going to give him the tools to become the monster known as Conquest. Of course, you're probably thinking, yeah, you know who it is. So yeah, Dipper in the future is going to become Conquest. And Conquest, I kind of imagine like this big hulking armor, like a variation of Kang's armor, but also like he's got like a full-on like helmet that covers his whole face, almost like a Shredder-like helmet, but without the blades. Huge cape. He's like the armor makes him like 8 feet tall. And Conquest, Kang says at this moment, that's what's going to happen. Like, the boy is going to find the tools that will help make him into the monster that will destroy all timelines. And that's when because they're still in the Council of Kangs, they hear a voice go, "Destroy? No. Conquer." And Conquest is right there. So Kang and the Marvel Trinity, Iron Man, Cap, and Thor, the four of them have to fight Conquest. And Conquest instantly reveals like what he's been able to do, with all the stuff he's managed to collect throughout the timelines. So, for instance, his armor is not only his AI, like Tony has Friday in his armor. For him, for Conquest, his armor AI is Ultron, is a Ultron from another timeline. So yeah, he has Ultron as his armor and his AI. He also has technology that is merged from a timeline that merged the piece of Null, the god of the symbiotes, into his armor, kind of like the superior Iron Man. And Conquest is basically talking about like, you know how many Iron Mans, Thors, and Caps I've killed throughout the timelines? You are nothing to me. I have literally fought you all so many times that I know every move that you're going to make and every word you can almost say. And Stark goes to make a joke and he goes, "Oh, let me stop where you get to the punchline, Stark. This is the part where you say breaking an omelet, right? You've never made an omelet." So he's basically like, yeah, I am Iron Man, Thor, and Cap. Like he has like Conquest even has a Mjolnir that has the Reality Stone in it. And his armor has the Infinity Gems all in them, or shard, like it's encased with Infinity Gems. He's like just God mode. He is just total God mode. So he trounces them, and Kang's like, now I know your secret, Conquest. I now know how to stop you, and I know how to kill you. And Conquest is like, funny. So Kang escapes and the Avengers are like, holy shit, we have to stop Kang before he assassinates a boy. And Iron Man's like, he might be onto something, because that kind of danger, this Conquest guy, he shouldn't be here. Like, maybe we just kind of looked away, and Tony's just like, because we can't fight that. Maybe we should just let Kang pull the trigger. And Steve goes, the fact that you even thought that, let alone said that out loud, Tony, says a lot. Steve believes that maybe they can reach Dipper before he becomes Conquest, the moment he's going to set the road to becoming Conquest, and convince him to do something else, like stop him. And Thor agrees with Steve, but Tony's so rattled by the monster he just met that he's scared of it. So what happens, meanwhile, what's going on in Gravity Falls is that Dipper and Ford are back at the alien ship and investigating further, more of the alien crash ship. What it is, however, is that it wasn't an alien ship at all. It was a ship from the 31st century, from the 25th century. Kang's timeline, or is it 40? Whatever. It's the far future. The 25th. It was a ship. It was a time ship from the 25th century, and Dipper finds the original gear in there, and he's like examining it, and that's the point where Kang shows up, and Kang is just like, prepare to die, boy. And at this point, Conquest also arrives and beats the shit out of Kang, and Conquest is like, Kang the Conqueror? More like Kang the Conquered. And Kang just gets away again. Dipper meets Conquest, and he's like, who the hell are you? And Conquest just removes his helmet and goes, take a look. And he sees, because he's got his head shaved, he sees the birthmark on his head, and he's like, oh my god. So Conquest, more or less is like, let us speak, let's talk, let's talk with the others, because it's been a while since I've seen everyone. And Conquest explains to Dipper and Ford that I am who I say I am. I'm his future self. And that's when Ford says, yeah, but now you've altered the timeline, so maybe he won't become him. And Conquest is like, that's not going to matter to Kang, because Kang is just not good. He's not going to take the risk of, now that I've created an alternate timeline of myself just being here, I now have, he's not going to take the risk of another Conquest. That's the thing, is now that even though I've altered the timeline, showing up here, Kang's not going to take the risk and let there be another Conquest. Hell, he might even go around killing other versions of you in alternate timelines now that he, has failed in that plan. So, shall we meet the others? And at this point, they're like, well, they're pretty far. And he's like, don't worry, I have my own ship. And that's when Conquest reveals his massive time pyramid. And he's like, it's a bit of technology from Eternals and deviant technology that was taken from Apocalypse. He also reveals his Ultron army. He also reveals that are not only just Ultrons, they're Ultron symbiote hybrids. So they're like they're like symbiotic liquid metal that can make them look like Venom. Because why the fuck not? If I'm gonna go full insane, I'm gonna go full insane regardless. So, meanwhile, back at the Avengers HQ, they're like, holy shit, whoever this Conquest guy is and whoever Kang is, we need to stop them both. And that's when Vision is like, I believe I found Conquest's ship. Massive temporal influx in a town called Gravity Falls. And they're like, well, that's where we gotta go. If Conquest is there, I think he's trying to keep himself alive in order to keep Kang from killing him. And that's when Iron Man's like, maybe this is maybe we should. And he's like, Tony, don't. We're not going to do a civil war. We're not going to have a team infighting at the moment right now, okay? We're not going to do Civil War 3. Okay? And Tony's like, all right. So the Avengers go to meet Conquest, who's met the others of the rest of the Gravity Falls gang, and he's like, I know this must be weird to everyone here, but hi, I'm Mason's future self, or a future self now. And Conquest basically reveals, hey, this is the moment where I became who I am. And Dipper's like, well, why would I become you? And he's like, well, first off, me, you know damn well that this was the road you were going to go on the moment you found that tech in the ship. Let's cut the bullshit right now. We've always had an ego, we've always had a desire to be better than everyone else, and we've always had a propensity for a bit of cruelty here and there. We just never had the power to do it, but now we did. And he's like, and this is where Mabel goes, oh, so my brother's a genocidal maniac. Quick question, where's the rest of us in your future? And Conquest goes, I'm so glad you asked, because that's when Conquest reveals his Knights of Conquest. And the Knights of Conquest are all their future selves who have been, like, upgraded and given cybernetic parts for the pieces they've missed. And Wendy's like, wow, I got very hot in the future. And when the future Wendy reveals, I can't believe I was that malaise when I was younger. And Conquest goes, no, don't think on it, wife. And Dipper and Wendy are like, excuse me? And Conquest is like, yeah, in the future I hooked up with her. We have kids, and yeah. And he's like, oh, so we had kids? Do you know where they are? And he's like, there's a reason, that I have been waging war on all timelines, because I've been trying to find that snake Kang for ages. And this is the big moment where Conquest reveals the reason why he's been at war with Kang and on a bloody crusade across the time stream is because Kang murdered Conquest's children. Conquest's children were both killed by Kang because Kang saw them as a threat. So Kang had them assassinated them, and Conquest figured it out real quick. And in order to get the information out of him, because Kang fled into the time stream, Conquest went to Immortus. And when Immortus was like, I can't help you, dude. I may not like Kang, but you're gonna do some damage, so I can't help you, dude. And that's when Conquest kidnapped Immortus and flung him into a battery for his ship to feed off of the chronal energy that Immortus is covered in to power his ship in order to chase him across the timeline. Not only that, he's been more or less grabbing Kangs across the timelines and killing them and using their bodies as extra batteries to power his ship. Yeah. So this is the point where the Avengers arrive, and Conquest is like, guys, no, you don't want this. You really don't want to fight me. And Steve's like, I want to talk to the future, to the past, to you. And Dipper's like, oh, this would be really cool to meet the Avengers if this wasn't like a possible apocalyptic event. So Dipper and Steve are talking, and Steve's like, you have the option here, Mason, to do something good. You have all this technology now, but now you've seen the thing you'll become. And Dipper's like, did Kang not tell you the whole story? And Tony goes, of course Kang didn't. So that's the moment they reveal that all of that, and that's why. And Dipper and the reason why he became Conquest was because Kang murdered all of his kids, and he was actually going to. And it's also revealed that that Dipper was going to use his technology to essentially usurp Kang in the future and become the new leader of the people of the 25th century. But Kang wasn't having any of that. He also knew that Dipper and Wendy's children would be would also be the future leaders, hence why he killed them all. And that's when Kang shows up with all of his forces, and that's the moment where Iron Man's like, every fucking time. God damn it, Kang. So, Conquest, now revealed to be the good guy, everyone joins forces to battle Kang and his armada, who have shown up in the present to try to kill Conquest and destroy all of Gravity Falls. Eventually, the battle is turning tides, and however, during the battle, Dipper has to the gear he got that would lead him to becoming Conquest is damaged. However, like I said, Conquest now created an alternate timeline of himself now that he's come back to the past. So his timeline is secure, but it's now an alternate timeline, and as he's parting ways, he tells his younger self, one day you're just because the tech is over doesn't mean, you cannot become me. Maybe you'll become a variant of me in the future. So that's where so at the end of it, everyone leaves. Everyone goes on their own way. Kang, of course, escaped, but now he knows that Conquest is still like out there waiting for him. So there you go. So there you go, guys. That is pretty much my Gravity Falls Avengers crossover. I know this was a pretty big video, but this was a pretty big story that I wanted to do for a while. Excuse me. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this Gravity Falls Avengers story? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.